He's an action figure poser, which means posing action figures is his specialty. SeanSolo8 and it's Vern from OakhurstStudios, who is a master at complaining about pretty much everything. And together, they are the Toy Duo. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's the Toy Duo. It's me and Sean here today. As you can see, Sean is not in his chair, but he should be back shortly. But first of all, let's take a look at this banner that we made up for the show. This week, Snake Eyes won the poll to see what would be the figure of the week. And we got a lot of reveals to show off this week, including some Indiana Jones, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more. Anyways, what I want to do is welcome you to the show. This is the Toy Duo. Your hosts are Sean from SeanSolo8. You can get him at youtube.com/@SeanSolo8. And of course, me, Vern Rants or Crazy Dude at youtube.com/VernRants. I do have memberships turned on my channel. I did, for anybody who is a member that's watching, you probably got a notice that there was some new video, and it was a repeat of the membership video that I made. So sorry about that, sending it out. I was just trying to let people know that memberships are available. I kind of upgraded some of the badges because I know that we're coming up on a year. So I wanted to add some 1 year or more badges. And then I also made a couple of new emojis. I was working on the emojis and I'm trying to figure those out. For the life of me, I think I did like a She-Hulk one. I don't know what I titled it. I forgot. And then I think I was going to change the Batman one where I have a baddie one, and I was going to change that to just Batman. But anyways, thanks for showing up. If you're in the comments, please ask questions and comments because that's what it's really all about. Today, we're going to do a segment that we like to call Hot or Not. Those are the reveals. And you know what? We've been doing a pretty bad job of saying whether or not we really think they're not or hot. Oh, those are the emojis that I made. I made a hot and a not emoji. So like right during the stream, when we're doing the hot or not, all you have to do, if you remember, is pop up that hot emoji if you think it's hot, or the not emoji if you think it's not. And that way you can cast your vote out quickly. Here's Sean. He's here with his puppy. We're going to do the action figure of the week, which is Snake Eyes this week. And it's surprising that a G.I. Joe action figure won the figure of the week. I kind of rigged it, though, because I think I said Star Wars Ugnaught just to see if it was like a Star Wars thing. I was just trying to prove a point. And then we'll see. We'll just talk amongst ourselves and see if we have any tips or tricks that we can share this week in the thing. How you doing today, Sean?
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you. Got back from seeing some British Homeland tunes, Ride and the Charlatans. That's my plug. It was so cool and so loud, man. I mean, the guitars, it just, your ears were ringing for a couple of days. It was beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. I saw that picture. You ran into Imperial Communique.
Oh, yeah, that was cool. Well, he texted me. He said, "You're in town." And I thought, oh, man. So I definitely figured, hey, we'll go see coffee. And then he ended up paying for breakfast and coffee. So,
all right. Well, I hope you would text me if you ever make it over to San Diego.
I was about to go to San Diego this weekend because my wife went to Sacramento, so they flew out. But in the end, she got a ride. So
Yuma's this weekend. Yeah, Yuma's not that far, right? You live in Yuma or close to it?
And right in Yuma. Yeah.
I keep thinking like I want to go to the Cracker Barrel one day.
Oh, yeah. They have one here.
Closest one. Yeah.
Is it the closest one?
I think that's the closest one. Yeah, I haven't been there in a long time, but for some reason it's probably not as good as I remember, but I always remember like, well, I like the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, yeah, I've never been. I've never been.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I have pinned up at the top of the chat. It's a link that's over to Dave's Dimension. He's doing a fundraiser for Duffman dioramas. So they got that stream going on. It's going to be going on all day. That's well, I think until about 6 o'clock tonight, my time, 3 o'clock on the East Coast or something like that. So they got some giveaways, prize wheels and stuff like that. So if you're interested, that link, I'm going to leave it up there pinned at the top of the chat. So anybody that has the inkling to go over there and check that out, go ahead and do that. And then just, it's supporting somebody who's part of the toy collector community. And I think that's a really awesome event. But I do want to say hi to some people that showed up in the chat today. So we got Dan from Dandy 1981. He's here. He finally got a free Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Our man Dan.
Sonny from Sunny Sundries. He's here.
Hey, what's up, Sonny? Good to see you.
And then you got Gerard Kane.
Hello. Hello.
Saying hello. Let's see. Miriam Gillis is here. Hello. Thanks for coming back. We really appreciate it. And then Dan is, I was talking about for members, I had added a couple of new emojis. So if you see them there, I got the hot or not emojis for when we do our figure reveals. So if you remember and you use the emojis, you could say not or hot, or you could just type it out. JT.
What's up? What's up?
Lobot.
What's going on?
And I'm sure some other people will jump in, but, I do want to just mention again that link at the top. If you're interested in heading over there, that's over at Dave's Dimensions Channels. He is going to go, middle of the afternoon here, I think into the evening there. So they got I think 4 or 5 more prize wheels is what he said left to do. And there's a lot of people on those wheels. So they've been taking some time to get through those, but they got some really good prizes and stuff. So what's new with you? Besides that concert where you
I got my Medusa today. Do you see that in the background? Oh, dude. Yeah. Medusa 30-centimeter statue. And I got Manny Faces. Check this out. Manny Faces. That's new.
That's cool.
Revelations. And what else did I get? Oh, Alf. Finally
got the Alf.
Yeah. Oh, and I got TVC Luke Skywalker. So that's pretty
nice.
Dope.
Cool.
Yeah. And I believe that's it. Vern, how about you? You get anything new?
Yeah, I did get a couple of things. I want to ask you a question about that TVC Luke. When you do your review on it, I'm sure you will. Are you going to compare it to that new Black Series, that Light Cruiser one?
I don't have that yet.
Okay, so when you get that one, will you?
I got this in Disneyland when I went to LA. $15. Yep, $15.
So you went to Disneyland too?
No, I mean the Disney store.
Oh, okay.
Disney store. Yep.
All right, so I'll show you what I got. So that I've been getting these Action Force figures, and I've put my selfie figure on top of the Duster figure. This one was on basically clearance from Valaverse, and it was $12.99, which is actually really good because their regular prices were like $30. So I picked a few up because this guy comes decked out. He comes with all of that gear in there, which is really awesome, and it's pretty usable. And I just feel like you could make like a whole team of mercenaries out of this guy. I only got 2 because I was like, oh, I can't go crazy, right? Because I've already got the figure. But good for customization for like $13. But then, man, after I ordered, I realized it was buy 4, get 1 free.
Oh, no.
And so I could have got 5 for the price of like 2 regular figures. Yeah. And I couldn't go back there and order because they sold out.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I wish I knew about that. I would have tried them because I'm trying to avoid the line.
Yeah, so this one right here, they actually did a video, and the reason why they had so many of this is based on a real dude who's like a MMA fighter or something like that, and a soldier of fortune or something. And they thought because he had over 1 million followers that they were going to be able to pull some of his like people to buy figures. And so they over ordered, and it didn't work. They admitted that it was like a fail. So they ended up just clearancing those off. And, I got a couple extra ones, but I also got Steel Brigade. It's the female version from the Action Force line. I think it looks pretty good. So that'll probably be a review coming this week. And then, me and Goodwill, right?
Yeah. What'd you do this time?
I picked up this Play Arts Kai from the Superman Man of Steel movie.
Dude, that looks sweet. What is it though? I can't tell.
It's I can't remember her name, but it's
or
the
Zod or
no, it's the girl, the Feora or whatever. I think her name was.
Oh yeah, that's so cool. Some of those go for so much money. Like I want this lightning one. I seen a review and it's like $350.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I'm gonna get it one day.
So I'm kind of a sucker. Like I don't like the size on those, right? But like I know you have some Play Arts Kai figures.
Yeah.
And I have like a couple. I have like a Batman and Catwoman from the
Catwoman. I'd love to. I hope McFarlane makes one of those. You know.
Oh man, that would be really cool, right? I mean, they got that whole line now from the Dark Knight.
Absolutely.
They might as well. Yeah, they might as well.
Maybe they'll have a wave too.
And then
carry on. And then maybe I'm gonna do a shelf of that scale. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that would be especially when you get that wave, right?
And maybe Medusa will fit in to that scale too. My little statue.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Yeah,
I'd be stoked for that. That would be really neat.
But what were your plans? You were talking about the size before I jumped to another topic.
Okay. I kind of don't like to buy stuff that's not in the 6-inch scale, but when I see it like at Goodwill or something like that, and it seems like it's really affordable, I seem to always like trick myself into convincing myself that I need to get that one, right?
Yeah, I would have done the same thing. I think we all would have.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't have the Superman or Zod or anybody else, but I was like, I'll grab this one. Who knows?
So that's your third now?
That's my third. Well, I had a whole bunch of Batmans at one time because I bought a lot.
Fourth. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I sold all those Play Arts Kais off.
Okay.
The only ones I kept was like that one Batman and the Batwoman. But I had like the Harlequin, 2 versions of the Harlequin. I had a couple of different Jokers.
Oh, I heard that Bobby Skullface. He said the Play Arts Harley Quinn was like the best Harley Quinn ever created. Is what he was saying. Oh yeah. I don't know which one you had.
Well, I had like a couple of different versions. One was like she looked like a kind of like the clown or whatever, and she had all the it was actually really cool. A clown or a jester or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sonny's saying, they gave him the real Tim Kennedy. They gave the real Tim Kennedy the wrong gun, though, and he didn't even notice. I'm pretty sure he used so many guns in his career. That guy, right? So Sonny also got his Action Force delivery. Awesome. Tina's here. I love the Play Arts line.
Yeah, I got Jesse and Tifa. Those are the only ones I bought. And I ordered, I guess they have like a old retro style Cloud and Tifa. I'm going to get those too.
Cool. Play Arts Kai make different sizes. Laura Croft from Rise of the Tomb Raider is
larger. That would be a sweet one. I've never seen one of those.
Hold on. I forgot I had that, dude, until it was just mentioned right now.
Yeah, I want to see what it looks like. There's a Vern booty shot.
It's the one that came with like the game or whatever. Is this the one?
Oh yeah, hey, that's badass. Look at that.
So I forgot I picked that one up. And that was like another Goodwill find.
Yeah.
Otherwise I wouldn't have it. Yeah. Let's see. Trying to go through.
Jonathan Redmond popped in. Lobot popped in. A few people.
Oh, okay. So I'm missing people then. Oh yeah, here, Jonathan. Hello.
Well, when it comes to our topic today, I've only got 3 snake eyes, Verns.
What?
So you're gonna have got me beat.
You were running.
And 2 of them aren't even open.
Well, you were running around today, so I'm surprised you didn't run to the store and buy a few more.
Yeah. Well, I've got the ones that count, I think. Well, one that counts. From what I understand, this Snake Eyes and Timber is the best. So,
okay. So I'm waiting on that one because every time I go to Target, he's sitting on the shelf.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling any day that thing's going to be on clearance. Yeah.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah. I'm either going to miss it or I'm going to get a good price for it.
I wonder what their logic is. Like Lando doesn't go on clearance, but then they put D&D on clearance, a week later. And I just don't understand.
So it is interesting, right? Because even those movie GI Joes have not hit.
Still aren't on clearance. Yeah. I got mine on clearance on eBay or Amazon. Most of them were like down to $9 around the holidays.
Lobot, only 3 snake eyes, Sean. What an amateur.
I know.
Oh yeah, so I keep going, but I saw somebody posted a picture on somewhere, and the Crimson Bat or whatever the
Oh
one of the
yeah, it
bats
was
was on
7 or
clearance, right?
$9. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
I
like, "Oh,
scanned them.
man."
I seen them today, and I
Yeah,
scanned some, and they weren't on sale.
they weren't on sale there, so they're probably not
No,
gonna be on sale here either.
and the new guy too. What's his name? Like, you know who I'm talking about? The new one. You reviewed him, I think.
Oh,
He was on clearance.
the Crimson Guard?
No, the
No.
guy. He's like got a
R
goatee, I
oh,
think maybe.
oh,
Yeah,
okay,
he starts with an R,
Wakanda.
I think. Yeah,
Wakanda,
him.
yeah.
He was full price too.
Yeah, and there's so many of them now.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, they had a full. Yep.
Target took forever to ship my pre-order. It was, like, delayed. Like,
Mhm.
they had, like, a handful of them, and, like, you couldn't find them in stores, and I thought it was gonna be, like, the super rare figure, and then he just showed up everywhere,
Yeah.
and it's just
At least they're
crazy.
doing it right this time though, but do you think that would have been the case if, say, that was, uh man, I'm blanking, but the guy with the helmet, remember, who was really rare? Uh, would that be the case if it was a different character? Do you think he'd still be on the pegs if he was more popular?
Um,
Like the first wave of those,
yeah,
what was it?
so I
The
think this is what I think, like, because I remember I had that Supreme Cobra Commander on pre-order. I
Mhm,
had a bunch of and I was going to be a completionist with this GI Joe classified line. And
mhm.
then when they did those Cobra Island,
Yeah,
I
those are the ones,
barely
Cobra
yeah,
Islands.
I barely found the Baroness.
Blood. Yep, thanks, Jonathan.
Was that Blood? Yeah.
That's who I
I,
was thinking, yep.
okay, so I barely found the Baroness and the coil, but I
Mhm.
never was able to get that Cobra Trooper. The
Never
Cobra
still?
Island Trooper. Yeah, that Cobra Island the
Mm,
Cobra Island version of the Trooper.
damn.
Never able to find one, and I remember at one point on eBay, they were like $150, and there was no
Yeah.
way I'm paying $150.
Well, if I have one, you can have mine. I
No, I
might
got
have
them now
one.
because they
Oh,
they
you do?
re-released them a year
Oh,
later.
yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably why I got them now.
So they re-released them, and I was able to, like, team them up. I mean, I got a
Yeah.
bunch of troopers now, and that's, like, the weird part, and during that time when I realized I couldn't get that Cobra Trooper, I got so frustrated, I just canceled that Supreme Cobra Commander, and I was
Oh,
like,
no.
"Oh, why did I do that?" Because that guy
Yeah.
has, like, a super cool box. He's got, really cool colors, and you know who's got him is, Ways of the Sith found him in, like, a
Oh, yeah?
comic story, was showing him off. Yeah, so jealous. Oh, well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll never be a completionist for any line, I
What?
believe. So, I'm just done doing that. 'Cause I got so much mess, it's not even funny.
All right, Steve-O from Collecting Star Wars is here.
What's up, what's
Uh,
up? Glad you're feeling better.
yep.
But yeah, Sergeant Blood, I mean, that's what I mean. If it was Blood on the
But
pegs that deep, do you think he would be sitting on the shelf like that right now?
I don't know. I feel like I found blood really easily.
Mhm.
Like I did. I don't, you know what I mean? Like some of them I just like run into and I'm like, oh, there he is. And every time I go to this one Target, I just see the dude on the shelf, somebody on the shelf, and I think like, oh, I think everybody wants that dude or something like
Yeah.
that. But
And those Super 7 ones are always on the pegs here. You know, the little
those
ones?
little, yeah, they're too expensive. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like in my Target, they want $18.
Oh, yeah, that's the same here. It's just crazy. Crazy amount of money.
Yeah, so Steve was saying that Cobra Island Trooper was super impossible to find. I was lucky to have my buddy Sean find one for me at Target. Yeah, the thing is, then Hasbro a year later basically came out and they said, oh, even though it was a store exclusive, like after that 1 year, the exclusivity is gone.
Yeah.
So all
Yeah.
of a sudden they were able to recrank out those Cobra Island Troopers, the Baroness and stuff. And now I think they just come right out of the bat, right out of the gate
Mhm.
and
And they
say,
must have a lot of the Baroness too,
yeah,
because my Baroness was broken and Hasbro sent me another one for free. So I've got 2 of the Baroness on the bikes.
yeah, oh, you got two of them?
Yeah, one, like I said, one was they sent me free, which is totally cool.
Ah, that's pretty
So,
nice.
it's always worth writing to them, isn't it? I know you've
Yeah,
used them several times, and you
yeah,
even got your krill, huh, recently.
yeah.
So, because, people do dog Hasbro, but ultimately, their
Ultimately, they
customer
come
service
around.
is pretty good. Yeah.
Ultimately, you
Mhm.
gotta twist their arm a little bit and remind
Yeah.
them that that's what they wrote on their website that they were gonna do.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Steve-O's giving us a compliment. He says, "Great to see you guys." He's loving the new Toy Duo show.
Yeah, nice.
Very cool. All right. you want to jump into the reveals or whatever stuff that came out this week?
Sure, man.
All
Sure.
right.
I bet you don't have Mayfex in here this week, or did you? There's only 2 releases a month, and they announced them this week.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. I can't say for sure. Okay, so this came out like Friday.
Yeah.
And Luke Cage. The only one I have is, where is he? Is the one from the TV show, right?
Yeah. Which
so
is cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
I think this guy's like really cool. I think this dude's definitely like going to be one that I pick up for sure.
Yeah, I don't know much about the character. I've only played him on the Marvel Strike Force, and that's as far as I know about him. Because I don't think he's ever had a tie-in with. If he hasn't tied in with like Spider-Man and Iron Man, I pretty much don't know who they are.
So he was in Heroes for Hire. You know, was like he had a dual thing with him and Iron Fist, and they were kind of like you know taking care of like the back end of New York or whatever and stuff like that.
Well, I know he's a street guy, but what's his superpower?
Super strong.
Just strength.
Okay. Yeah, strength. He's was part of the Defenders at one point.
Yeah.
But I think
I do know that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this guy, the way they designed this character is very classic. So I really appreciate that they did this version, right?
Yeah, I believe it's just like the Toy Biz one. I was seeing something about it today, saying how it was just like Toy Biz.
Yeah. So Steve was asking if we discussed the $500 Cosmo. Not yet. That's coming.
No, it's crazy.
Lobot is using the new members emoji for hot. He thinks this one's hot.
I spoke highly of the new announcement for the Guardians at first until I found out Cosmos was the Build-A-Figure. Now I take back everything I said because that's ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
Right? That such a tiny dog is the Build-A-Figure. Okay, so these guys like this guy's puffy shirt. So I think I think it
looks cool. They can show his cleavage, but we can't get any for anything else, you know.
No, you won't get a Leia in the slave outfit or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Adam Warlock.
Yeah, that's. I know a lot of people are upset about this. I'm not sure why. Maybe you can shed some light on that.
I don't know. I think my upsetness just comes with the fact that now you got to get a figure you don't want, or you know that you don't care about at this point to Build-A-Figure, and it's actually a Build-A-Figure that you kind of want to get, but you don't want to have to like build, right? Like they should have thrown it in with something else. But
this is almost as bad as the Disney Plus wave with the wings for Captain America.
Yeah, that was kind of bad.
This is on that level, yeah.
Just look like that. I would have a V-cut shirt too. I wear a V-cut shirt.
Heck yeah, I would too.
Normally, I'm wearing this.
Yeah, okay.
I'm saying no, I'm not interested in this one.
Nah, nor am I. Definitely. I'm going to pass on this whole wave probably.
Really? So, oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. When I was originally all in, just because of the team suits, you know, it's their iconic outfits. And I think that's super cool. Right. I might get Rocket. Rocket does look cool, man.
Okay. So Kat from Vader's Girl is here.
What's up? Good to see you.
Okay, moving on. How about Giant Groot, which is almost 40 bucks?
I don't like the way that looks, man. I just don't like it. And I've got 2 Groots already. I've got young Groot and I've got the big Groot, and I'm happy with those.
Yeah. Okay,
that big raccoon though, man.
Lobot gave us the knot on the Adam Warlock.
Definitely not.
I think I made fun of this little raccoon in my video when I went through the releases. I said, what am I supposed to do with this? Sit it outside of my Barbie house or my daughter's Barbie house? Right? It looks like it's just supposed to be sitting out under a tree.
And he's too cute. Yeah. I would put him in my little diorama display in my videos, like on a crate or something.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Yeah. But no articulation. Nothing.
No.
Nothing. It's just
the head must swivel, you know, surely. Kind of like the dog, Miss Lion.
Oh, does her head move?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It goes up, down, side to side.
I hope so, dude, because like the pictures I've seen, I don't think so, but you're right. Maybe the shading underneath, maybe the head does.
It looks like it to me.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, total ripoff, and it's $40. Are they out of their minds? How
It's
big
rough.
is this guy gonna be? You know, I bet he's not even probably
Well,
about 6 inches, huh?
I'm imagining he'll probably be the height of Star-Lord, right? Like that
Yeah.
height. He'll just be wider. Now, my problem
Mhm.
with this figure, and I said in my video, was like he's just got these like wings in there, and I think that's kind of a
Oh,
spoiler
yeah.
because I didn't see the wings in the trailer, but what we did see in the
Mm.
trailer are like these like tree branches holding guns,
Yep, yep.
and that would have been a cool accessory to have with this dude.
Oh, absolutely, man. Just
Then I would
plug
have
them
said,
in different
"Yeah, man,
directions.
you're getting like 6 guns and like 4 extra arms sticking off the
Mhm.
back or something like that because 'cause they're just twigs, like with
Yeah.
guns on the end. I don't know. I think they could
And
have
the wings probably will be for, like, one scene in the
yeah.
film, probably.
So, Dan threw up the hot. Let's see. Steve-O saying, I think you can wait for this wave to hit clearance. Most of the recent Marvel Legends waves have been peg warming. I think
Especially movie waves, have
yeah.
been.
Yeah. So I kind of agree with that.
I think
Um,
all of them except for Black Widow, but that was because of the start of COVID.
the
Oh,
raccoon
yeah.
would look great. My Bambi display. Yeah. I want the otter from Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So
I think that's supposed to be the otter is my
I,
guess.
I'll get this guy if I can find him on clearance.
Yeah.
I'm not paying $40.
He'll be on clearance. Is he Target exclusive? Just a
I,
wild guess.
I'm not sure. I think that they're all available everywhere, but the
Mhm.
my problem is like out here, unless I get them to match the online price, this guy's going to be like $45 in my targets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. The raccoon should come with a dustbin. That's their natural habitat. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool if there was like a little
Yeah.
trash can? All right. What about Drax?
Oh, it looks so cool. That's
No,
definitely
right?
if it goes on clearance, I'm grabbing them.
Okay. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to pick up this Drax for sure.
Yeah.
This is
At
probably
$27.99.
yeah, this is going to be the last Marvel Legends movie Drax you're probably going to be able to get.
Mhm.
I think Batista's done with the role, right? He's not coming back from I think what he's saying, right? He's not coming
Yeah.
back. He's going to DC. So if you want a Drax from a movie and you don't have one, this is it. This is going to be your
Yep.
chance. And that is probably the only reason why I'll pick him up.
Mhm.
And I probably won't even open it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so bad.
Right? Oh my gosh.
But
But
yeah,
anyway,
that's a definitely pickup, but not at the price for me. I'll wait,
yeah,
like Steve-O was saying.
but it's gonna be like tough, right? Like if you say, "Oh, I'm gonna wait this guy out," and then everybody thinks like me, like this is the last Drax, we better grab this guy because you're not
Mhm.
getting him again, right? He could be the one hot figure out of the wave,
Yeah, it's
potentially.
possible.
The one that in a year or in 7 months is like $75 or something like that,
Mhm.
right? On the secondary market.
Yeah.
I don't let's see. They got pretty comfortable in European forest barns,
Uh-oh.
attics.
Looks
Oh, they're
like we
talking
lost Vern, folks.
what happened?
So you got me, and I can't go on to the next slide.
Oh,
So Collecting Star Wars says Trash Panda. And we talked about the bin.
am
Let's
I
see
not
what else we
showing
can
up?
talk about here.
Am I not on the screen?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for clearance for sure.
Can you see me? All right. Okay, I don't know if there's technical difficulty. Somebody in the chat, let me know who you see on the screen. Okay, so is it Sean that we're not? Okay. I think that was you. I think that was you
Was it
that
me?
dropped out. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
But I can
you because
see
you had a
but
little
I
swirly.
Oh yeah,
I
I
was like,
can
"Oh,
see you telling everybody, "Oh, we lost Vern. I'll just go on." And you were reading the chat, and I was like,
yeah.
I think I can still see myself, but
Hmm,
I thought it was.
that's weird."
I actually thought
I'll
it
have to
was
check
me when you said that because
that.
it's pouring here, right? So I imagine the
Yeah.
weather. Yeah.
Well, it's
All
really
right.
windy here. We got dust storms going on.
All right. So we can see you both. Okay.
Good.
Another American invasion. All right.
Yeah, aliens, man. It's been crazy this week.
Yeah. So I almost feel like this guy's going to be the one to get because of the fact that he's not going to be in that role. And I think this is going to be your last opportunity to get anyways. But
Which makes sense.
yeah,
And you could be right.
but I will tell you that, like, looking at all of them in the outfits, if you were to get the whole set and put them together, I think it would look super cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, you're
Yeah.
right. Like for nearly $30, it's a tough sell.
It's a tough pill to swallow. Yeah, because I mean, you're going to drop $250 on this wave now, and I mean, you
Right.
can get so much for that, and it's just Hasbro's crazy right now.
Yeah. Okay, so the Joey from the Padawan Collectors
Hey,
stand.
what's up? Long time no see.
All right, so Rocket.
That I want for sure. I don't care about the price. If I see it in the store, boom, he's coming home.
All right, yeah, I think you're right. I think Rocket's actually a really cool one to get. The bonus is he comes with the biggest part of the Build-A-Figure,
Yeah, that
right?
is a good
So
bonus.
you could get the body for Cosmo and just stick. You got that Snake Eyes and Timber. You could just pull Timber's
Yeah,
legs off and stick it on there.
yeah, you could, huh?
I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this one hot or not? I think we both agree that this is one to get. We like it.
Yeah, he's gonna be so expensive later down the line.
You think so? I see, and that's why I think
He'll be
Drax, right?
about $60, I think, later down the road.
Do you think that this has more? Okay, so Dandy's saying hot, Lobot is saying hot. Do you think that the reason why you think this one is the one to get is because it has a broader age appeal?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right.
And
So
also, it looks like he's going to have, incredible articulation because you can tell the tail on the box versus the tail in the image are differently posed. And it's just going to be so fun to play with too. Like you said, all age groups are
right.
going to want this one.
So do you? Here's a question for you. At what point do you think you'll drop Hasbro and move completely to figure arts?
I would say I already have.
For
But
the
I'm
most
cherry
part.
picking. Yeah, for the most part. Like, I'm not going out of my way to get, the latest wave from the Black Series or anything from Marvel. Like if it's Spider-Man, I'm gonna grab it.
Right.
Uh and main character like the new Mandalorian, I'll get him. But I would say I pretty much, yeah, moved on.
Okay. All right. I think everybody's in agreement on this guy. That's one to get. What about
Or like
Starlord?
Luke,
No,
I
I
think
don't think.
that's awesome too. And I don't have a Star Lord yet, so I do want it.
Okay. I this is an easy pass for me, and I think that this guy doesn't even come. He doesn't even come with a Build-A-Figure part, so I think that's like a bonus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like, don't need him to build
I
the
passed on
figure.
the last one. I didn't like the hair, but I like
Uh-huh.
the hair on this one, and that's why I might grab it. But this probably will be a clearance.
Yeah, I think you can definitely wait this one out.
Mhm.
I'm not seeing anything spectacular here, except
No,
except for I
apart
do
from the
think
uniform group,
yes, yeah,
that
that
whole
group
group.
shot, and I think they did. You're right, they did nail the face on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's power through. Let's see. Okay, and then of course,
Oh,
so I put Cosmo. I
so
mean,
cool.
just looks really cool. I'm imagining all of the action figure photography options you're going to have with this dude. I don't know if you saw, I created a couple of movie posters where I stuck them in there. I stuck them in there with Belushi, I think, and somebody else. I made, those canine movie posters, and I stuck this
Yeah.
dude. But I think it would be cool to have. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity here.
Yeah, super, super cool. And does Timber sit like that? Because look how he's sitting. I mean, that's just awesome.
So when you open up your, oh, well, where is my Timber? I don't have the white one that you have. I have the other one, but he's down here in one of these shelves underneath a pile, and it would take me too long to figure out where he is. But yeah, the dog, he's super posable. You're going to be very happy when you get that Timber and you realize the posability of the thing. This guy looks like he's nearly just as posable.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks amazing. I love it.
Yeah. So I think the Build-A-Figure is great. I'm just like, man, to build it, what are you going to have to do?
Hmm.
You know, I guess if you bought the figures and pulled the parts and then just sold off the figures for less than full price, you could
Yeah.
potentially like build your figure for less,
Oh,
right?
all day. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna be an $80 though, bath on the
Oh yeah, easy.
aftermarket.
Star-Lord's best look is with the helmet from the first movie.
I know. I would love that's the one I would love, but I don't know how much that thing goes for. Or that box set. Don't they sell a Disneyland like box set? I would love that.
I don't know. Do they?
Yeah,
Oh,
they have one with the whole team that you can get it in Disneyland only.
all right. Let's see. JT saying in the UK, the gray squirrel have basically wiped out our native red squirrel, and the American crayfish is a huge problem also. Again, causing huge problems for our little British version. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Craig?
Oh yeah, that's I like the character and the figure looks amazing, but that's a pass for me.
You think so? Is it you just don't like the character, or what about it is a definite pass? Just not interested.
Mine is just space and price. That's all.
Okay. If he was at $11.99.
Yeah, no, I still may not pick him up for $11.99, like on clearance,
Interesting. Yeah.
because of space.
Okay.
Once I get my own room one day. But if I keep buying everything, man, I don't know how people do it. Then you end up with all the buckets that you never see of your
Right.
figures. So that's why I'm gonna start drawing the line on stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So Dandy threw up the hot logo.
And you had
And
mentioned how this is, fully posable too, huh? Can
yeah,
you
well,
threw up
that's
a
the
few
thing.
examples?
I was trying to see if the arrow, like, here's what I imagine, right? I'm looking at it kind of closely. I'm trying to figure out if that arrow is posable, like if it's got a wire in it. But the 3 pictures they took, and I'm looking at it, look like maybe it's just in that shape, but it's bent a little bit. Like, can you see how it's going over a shoulder?
Yeah, because I
Like,
can see that bend in both
yeah, like,
sections there. So you could be right.
so it's just the same bend. It's just, being flexed out or whatever because it's plastic.
Mhm. Yeah.
So maybe it's not that posable, but like one of the shots that they did here, I just thought looked hilarious. I didn't throw that up there, but I
Yeah.
thought, oh, that's not a good shot anyways. But
Yeah.
the one they did on the box and then the one they did here, I think looks pretty
Mhm.
cool. But I mean, there's not a whole lot you're doing with this guy.
I
Right?
wish Yondu would have had something like this because
Can
that
you
would have been a
imagine?
must-have for me. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Mhm.
Let's see. They should have packed Cosmo and Rocket with
Yep.
Rocket and made Taserface. Okay. That could have been a good
Yeah.
one. Poor Kraglin.
Or people are saying, they should have put Cosmo and Rocket together and made Groot the Build-A-Figure.
Yeah, that could have been interesting too, but then they lose out on their capitalizing on a deluxe, right? What would
Yep.
have been the deluxe for the wave?
Yep.
And but I think that with Groot, they should have added, if it was really going to be $40, because what is a deluxe, right? It should normally it would have been what, like back in the day when the figures were 19, the deluxe was 30. Is that what it was?
$29.99. Yeah.
Yeah. So now that the figures are it's 12. So it's a percentage apparently. So
Yeah.
that's how they got to the almost $40. Crazy, man. All right. So what about Mantis? I think this is fantastic.
Yeah, I would pick that up at full retail.
So here's the only problem I have with the Mantis, this figure. It's the same price as the rest of them, but those are the only 2 hands you get. So no matter what, so no matter what, she's doing this in every scene. There's no way to switch out hands, but other than that, the likeness is fantastic. And I like the fact that they got it in this pose. I mean, that's pretty cool, right?
I would have liked her in her original outfit, but yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah. So Lobot
wasn't she a Build-A-Figure for the last time? So you couldn't get her previously. Yeah, I think she was the Build-A-Figure.
Yeah, I don't know because I don't have it. So this will be like the first one or the only one that I'm able to get. But yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
And then so I'll move on here. Let's see, where is the squirrel girl when you need her? Oh, because they're still talking about the squirrel. So Dandy, Lobot, of course, they're using the special hot hashtags.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we got Nebula.
Yeah.
I think the face on this one looks a little bit off to me.
Yeah. From here, it looks really cool to me. I like it.
Yeah, I feel like it was like maybe whiter. I wonder like if they did something different or whatever, but it just didn't seem 100% to me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
because of the outfit and the metal arm, I can see some possibilities with this, with getting this figure on clearance, because if you wanted to build something like the Vespa driver from Book of Boba Fett, you could use that arm for that robotic arm potentially. You know what I mean? So I can see like using that form for that type of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's great, and I need a Nebula in my collection. The only one I have is the Heist Nebula from the What If. So I would love to have this in my collection. I think the whole wave actually I would love, but
except
it's
the
going to be
price.
clearance. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Dino's
Which is a
dropping
shame,
in
because they're going to be losing money, you know.
Yep. Dino, we also put this up as a podcast, so we're easy to listen to in the car. Just plug into your stereo and blast us through the speakers.
Absolutely.
And try not to laugh too hard with all of the jokes.
Yeah.
Anyways, we haven't told any.
No, not yet.
Yeah, the thing is, so if this wave, let me ask you then. So if this wave was the 1999 price, you think your opinions on all those figures would have changed?
I think I would have pre-ordered like I used to do, you know, the whole wave in Entertainment Earth. I would have done the 199 and gotten the case early. That's what I would have done.
All right.
How much do they charge? How much is a wave? I haven't bought a wave in so long.
I haven't either. I haven't looked at it, but it's way over like 199 maybe.
It used to be 199.
Okay, so it's got to have gone up.
Probably like 249, I bet, or something. I'm gonna check real quick while we're sitting here.
Okay, Comics by the Bay, welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping in.
Hey, what's going on?
Let's see, Dandy. I'm sold on the whole wave, all in. Honestly, the first wave release this year that I want all of. This is the way a wave should look. No extra characters, no weird, unrelated Build-A-Figures.
100%.
And you know what? That is 100% accurate. That this wave was designed around this movie, and there's no extraneous pieces.
Yeah, look, 199 for the wave.
Yeah. But how many figures? 7, right? Is it 7?
It says I'll tell you who the double is here. 2 Star-Lords.
Okay,
2 Star-Lords a case.
Because he doesn't come with the Build-A-Figure part.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no Groot.
So what is 199 divided by 200?
So Steve-O's asking, when do the jokes start?
Yeah.
You said that was going to be your new segment, right? Like,
so it's $25 a figure through Entertainment Earth if you get the wave.
Okay, so you're saving about $3 a figure then.
Yeah.
That will be very interesting then.
Mm-hmm.
So that price has got to go up then at some point, right?
Oh, it has to.
Yeah.
Unless they know that they're going to have so many of these that it's just going to be, they're going to have to clearance these out eventually.
Right. So I threw these two characters right next to each other just because I kind of was looking at it to see if it was true, and pretty much it's exactly the same body, right?
Yeah.
So they just swapped out an arm and the hands and the head.
Yep, same height and everything.
Yeah. Well, no, I adjusted the pictures. They would match up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's why I did it. Just to I mean, in the same way they've reused the same body, right, for the two female characters. But I wonder if are the two actresses like equal? You know what I mean? Like, do they look very similar, or should they have done a different body?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm sure all the uniforms are the same, so I'm sure it'll fly. So I know a lot of people nitpick little things like that, like pockets and things like that. that
Yeah.
aren't accurate to the movies, but that stuff never bothers me.
Well, you know what? The one time it did bother me was with that the hover tank pilot when they came
Yeah.
out with because they cranked out the what's his name? From the Mandalorian, remember when they stole the outfits? What's the
Was
the
it
name?
scare?
The names always slip my mind. He had the guns on his back.
Oh, Migs Mayfield.
Okay,
Yeah.
MiGs. When they put the MiGs out in the hover tank pilot, they left the red on his sash.
Mhm.
He didn't have it, right? And
Yeah.
so the problem with that is Mando should have had the red sash, but the thing is, it was basically the same one that they cranked out for the Solo, right? They couldn't.
Yeah.
They should have at least painted that.
Yeah.
One minor thing, but that one got me.
Yeah, that is so weird because you think, do they have a whole bunch laying around and they just, pop the
Yeah.
heads off, or that's so weird.
I think that they had a bunch that didn't sell, and then they just
Mhm.
said, "What can we do with this? We can make this really easy head here." Mikey in
Yeah.
Houston has jumped in.
What's going on? What's going on?
$3 a figure. You won't get one figure for free, but buying the whole wave, that's kind of sad. That's gay. Okay, so I got these Indiana Jones retro figures. Are you buying
Oh, yeah.
any of these?
No, I'm just gonna get indie, and that might be it. I think I'm
Okay.
done with these retro stuff.
I think like I might get the first set. Like,
Yeah.
the problem is here, man, they look cool. I got a problem with the way that they're doing their releases.
Yeah.
They're picking and choosing from every movie, and then they're like releasing figures like from Raiders, Last Crusade, Temple
Temple
of
of
Doom,
Doom. Yeah.
and they're just like spotting them out, right?
Hmm.
And then you have this feeling like, okay, so they'll go back and they'll spot more figures from the other ones in further waves and stuff like that. But is that further wave going to be the area where people lose interest? Because right now they put out so many Indiana Jones figures. What Indiana Jones figures can they make for the other waves?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? If they release every version of Indiana Jones up front, what are they going to be doing later on? Are they going to
I
just
know.
be
If they were smart, they would have done it like Mattel did with Masters of the Universe. Because when that first came out, you couldn't find He-Man and Skeletor, but you could find all the other ones. I'm talking back in the '80s.
yeah,
That's what they should do. They should release indie first time, kind of like the Mando. Remember the Mando craze? Mando
right,
came out in that first wave, then you couldn't find him, and then everybody fought for the deluxe versions.
right,
That's what they need to be doing, but they aren't doing that.
right.
It's all about let's make all the money up front nowadays. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Jesse Bowling is here.
Getting
Yeah, it
all the
seems like,
indie stuff, Jesse is. Yeah,
yeah,
I'll get
and they're
Marion and Indy, and and short round. You got to
yeah.
get
Oh,
short round.
okay. So we're going to get to short round. I do have a slide for him. Here is Indiana Jones Senior. I tried to make the picture of the figure bigger. He kind of looks like Steven Spielberg to me.
Yeah,
The
definitely,
figure.
especially right there.
Yeah, like the figure. I'm like, did he make a figure of himself and then try to
Hmm.
say it's Sean Connery? But anyways, I think everybody who's in on these, Steve was saying Sala's a great figure. I think that people who are going to be into the retros are going to be all in on these. And
Yeah.
so far, I think that they have looked great. I'm not
Hmm.
saying that, to me, they have all looked really
Oh, it looks like you're going to be losing me again
okay.
because
Well,
I see you on here.
all right. Well, we'll pick you back up again. So here's the open shirt Indy, the one where he's on the bridge. Looks like he's got some sort of an action. Yeah, I think you spiraled out.
Yeah, it's weird. I can see me on the video over here,
Yeah, I can see
but
you
yeah,
on.
this indie looks cool. I would
Yeah,
pick that up. I think.
there you go. All right, so this Indy I think is really cool. Sean will just jump back in. He must be having some trouble with his internet. But I think, yeah, this one's cool, and he's got some action. So this guy's got some sort of like arm action too, right? Where the machete slicing action. Yeah, that's what Lobot's saying. And I think it looks really neat.
Yeah, so do I. I think that's sweet.
Yeah.
Because it's such an iconic scene in the movie, you know?
Yeah. I mean, retro. Lobot's calling him Dr. Spielberg.
Yeah.
Definitely looks like Spielberg. Yeah. Okay, so and then there's short round. So you're definitely in on this guy. Okay,
Oh,
so
100%. Yeah.
it is interesting about let's see, the PGM show just jumped in. I wanted to mention about the team logo is missing from the hat,
Yeah.
right? And here's my opinion. I don't know why they didn't put the team logo, but this is my guess. My guess is that they're still in negotiations with the other sporting leagues in regards to their starting lineup figures. And I think that that has prevented them from being able to put the baseball team logo on that hat.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Because yeah, I saw pictures of like I guess they released it a long time ago, and it did have the logo.
Yeah,
So
yeah, the original I think had the logo,
mhm.
but I think that right now because of that starting lineup, I bet you there's some issue with Sportings. They couldn't just go out and get the license just to do this one figure because there's a bigger
Yeah.
negotiation going on.
And
That's
it
what
sucks too, because if you had this on your shelf on its own, you
right.
almost can't tell who it is because the logo's missing.
Yeah.
It's pretty
So
bad.
the sad part will be is that this figure will get released, and then sometime down the road
Oh
they'll have a
yeah.
license with them, Major League Baseball, and for their starting lineup, and then will they re-release them with the team logo?
Yeah. Or they'll
Yeah.
make a 2-pack because we haven't seen the girl, have we?
No.
Can't remember her name.
Look at Steve-O.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that
We don't
already.
need their
Funny.
logo on those figures.
Mhm.
Let's see that Indy that you've just shown. They should have put a satchel with him as to the bridge scene. Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. He
with
should
a
have had a
little,
satchel.
one of those things. I don't know what they were called. One
New
of those
York
rocks.
Giants.
And
Yeah,
can
you're
you
right.
imagine the play sets they could make with Indy? I mean, they could do so many cool play sets.
Yeah, they're definitely on their way to a retro indie HasLab, in my opinion.
Because they can do, you know, the scene with the idol, the monkey idol from Raiders. They can do the arc scene. They can
Right.
do, oh man, so much potential.
They could. I mean, it's amazing thinking about it. I have a feeling like if they do an Indiana Jones HasLab, it'll be like maybe that military truck or that one of those
Hmm.
big trucks or
Oh,
something
that
like
would be cool. You know, if
that.
they played their cards right, they could get kids back into toys with this line. Because, like you said, if they put that military truck with some
Yeah.
figures on the shelves at Target, that would
Yeah.
sell. If they made a playset where you get the golden idol and the piece like falls down and like a boulder comes down and made it like under $50 somehow, kids would want this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
But I think people will make their own like cave diorama with a rolling rock. You know, if they wanted to recreate that opening scene, because I'm already gonna thinking about how I'm gonna do it for that 6-inch Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Oh, it would
Because
look so cool, Vern.
yeah, at the craft store they sell styrofoam balls,
Yeah.
and all you have to do is kind of mash it up a little bit and then paint
Mhm.
it like to look like a giant rock,
Yeah, you
and
could.
you can have Indy running from it all day long.
Yeah. I mean, you could just hit a little plastic thing and the boulder would roll down on these 2 rails. They could do it for under $50 and kids would be buying it because they're not thinking about the kids anymore. I don't know. I don't get
Yeah, I
it.
don't know. PGM saying the HasLab boulder scene. So they might do that. They'll take the styrofoam thing that I just said you could get at Michael's and paint. They'll get one of those and they'll charge you like $147 for
Yeah.
it. Oh
And
my God.
tanks, why? Yeah, they could put tanks on shelves, Lobot.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. All right. So I think everybody liked these. I think you were kind of in the middle, right? Like you're going to be definitely short round. What do you
Mhm.
think about the fact that like it looked like Target was going to have them all?
Exclusive? Are you crapping me?
I feel like that most of them were like Targets or something, like available
Oh
at Target.
man,
Yeah,
that would suck.
yeah. Steve-O told us before he was at Target and he saw a 12-year-old kid find Rakondo and he was super excited. I think it's really cool when you can see kids like super excited to like open up figures and stuff like that. Kids will play with toys too. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So I did throw this up there. This is the Mafex. This is what you're talking about, right? The
Yeah, I figured like Dan would love something like this probably. And then they made the Batman too, but yeah.
So do you know the price point on this?
It's probably going to be $60, you know, if you can get it from Japan.
So yeah, so if you were to end up waiting to Big Bad Toy Store, it's going to be like $90 or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody think that this is like super cool? I think okay.
If I wasn't on a budget, I would get it for sure.
Cool. Yeah,
because you know that's going to be the ultimate figure when it comes. If you want one of these, this is the way to go. You're going to have multiple heads, hands, weapons.
Yeah, and it'll be superposable. I think I have one. I don't know if it's NECA or whatever it is, but it doesn't.
And the thing between SH Figure Arts and Mafex, you know, Mafex is like higher durability and quality. They don't like break as much as like a SH Figure Arts,
right?
Where SH Figure Arts, you know, pieces fall off easy. But yeah, that figure is amazing.
Let's see, not a taker. Yeah, this is a little.
And how come, Jesse? Why?
Yeah, let us know. This is a little bit out of my price range for this.
That's the only reason. Yeah, that's why I'm out.
Yeah, and partly because I don't mean the Terminator is a great property and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it just, to me, it's not as timely as, you know what I mean? It's not. I'm not thinking about it right now.
And then people are saying too that this is like an army builder, you know. Because in the movie they had a scene with loads of them, you know.
Oh yeah, that future scene or whatever. Yeah. All right, and then this is the Batman you're talking about.
Yeah, without opposable horse, which is really weird that they would make a horse that doesn't move.
When I saw this picture, I was like, "Is this supposed to be Batman outside of a supermarket on the little horse that you put a quarter in? Is that what the little hole is for, right?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is that about?" And then
as a display piece, it'd look cool, but Mafex isn't supposed to be like that.
Yeah, I mean, but does it look cool with that little pole? I mean, if you're looking at it from the front, you see the little pole.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think it looks cool. And when you look at it from the side, it looks like to me, it looks like that little ride outside of a grocery store.
Yeah, but they know Batman sells. You know, this is probably still going to sell out just so people can have the Batman, and then they'll toss the horse.
Yeah, I mean,
because you can't deny that Batman looks freaking awesome, man.
He does look cool. I mean, come on, it's true, right?
Yeah, I already have one. You already have one, so I could easily pass. But, ooh, that's a good-looking Batman.
Yeah, merry-go-round Batman.
Yeah.
Mafex so effed up by not making a statue. Yeah,
absolutely, Jonathan.
Yeah, that's tough, and because of the price is going to be crazy, right?
I don't think it's going to be that bad.
You don't think that horse is going to drive that price up?
Well, on Big Bad Toy Store, it's going to be like $119.
You think that's it? It's only going to be like $30 more? No, I have a feeling they add in another like $50.
Nah, I think it's going to be like Boba Fett's throne, you know, and that was what, 119 on Big Bad Toy Store.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Like $80 overseas.
I can see the photo opportunities though, because like if I were to get this, I would definitely take it to like Vaughn's and Target, and I would do like some perspective shots to make it look like Batman's riding the thing in front of the grocery store. Right, I would totally do it just for the heck of it.
It is a beautiful piece, though, man. It really is.
I mean, let's see. Cerrone Games saying 150. Yeah, I just have a feeling. I mean, like
that. I don't think so. It's just one mold, one color. You know, I think you guys are way off on this.
but they always drive up prices when they add some sort of an accessory.
Nah, look at the Black Widow with all those. Remember the explosions and stuff?
I don't
You
know.
know,
Yeah, but
yeah,
that was when Hasbro was being
and the Iron
reasonable.
Man with the cannon that they just released. That was
Oh,
pretty cheap too.
his Street Fighter gun.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
We'll see, right? Like I haven't seen the price points on
Yeah.
it yet, but we'll see. I think it will be
I
very
know. I could be
interesting,
way
very
off.
telling.
Yeah.
McFarlane did a build a horse that's fully posable.
I know. That's why I just
Right?
can't understand here.
It's just crazy because you're like expecting more from like Mayfex, and here they threw out
Yeah.
like the quarter ride.
I know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see. Hold on. One more comment. Why is he on a black horse? Was the pink unicorn taken? Yes. And then they should have had a merry-go-round Joker Robin.
Yeah, would have made more sense.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine like if Mayfex sells you like later sells you like a Joker in like a little carriage and then sells you like a Robin on like a unicorn, you know, and then you just set them all up next to each other. It looks like a, oh my gosh. All right. And then these Mezco reveals.
Yep. Another Wolverine. No, I've got one Wolverine. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, okay.
But is that Zorro or who's that on the right?
The Shadow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So I think Alec Baldwin was in a movie about the Shadow, but this is based on like a really old story, and the guy like lives in the shadows or whatever. I want to say it was a radio show at one point, way back before they had like TV. But somebody older than me is going to have to like confirm that. Only the Shadow knows. And I think it's a comic book too. But I just thought I'd throw these up there because they were like Mezco reveals, and I thought it was kind of interesting. Jesse Bowling saying he loves the Shadow.
Yeah.
And Steve-O was saying it was a radio show. He is not older than me though, but he somehow knows it was a radio show.
Yeah. These are both going to sell out and be very hard to get. So high-end guys are going to be getting this, the high-end collectors.
I talked about these Mezcos last week because of that. I think that, what was it, the Keaton Batman one that they announced? And I just don't like the cloth outfits. They're just not great, right?
Some of them are really nice though, like that Mezco Batman from the new movie looks phenomenal, man. And it's, you know, because it's not all cloth. They do add like, you know, like the belt, you know.
Yeah.
And the leg brace, and his gauntlet is like plastic, it looks like.
Something, yeah. All right, great property. Yes, it was a radio show. Everybody else but me knows it was a radio show. I feel like that's what I remember anyways. What about this is Mondo?
Oh, so beautiful. But I'm done with Mondo. I got the Battle Cat coming, and that's it. So.
All right. So not interested in Trapjaw, even though this guy actually looks freaking cool.
Oh, I would love it. If money was not a concern, I would want this in a heartbeat, dude. Really. You got to admit, that is the best looking Trapjaw on the planet.
That's why I'm showing you the picture. I need a review.
Mind blowing, man. I know. I'd want one, but I can't afford it anymore. So
Jesse saying the waiting time is ridiculous. I'm guessing on the Mezcos, right? Like you order them and then you got to wait 5 years to get it or something.
Yeah.
I think this thing just looks fantastic. If I could do a 12-inch figure and have enough space to put stuff up, this would very much tempt me to do that. And I'm not a big Master of the Universe fan, but this looks fantastic to me.
It does. Unbelievable. It really is.
Yeah. There's a radio. Okay, so they're still talking about the radio.
That looks so good.
Right? You want me to leave it up there a little bit longer and see if you change your mind?
Yeah, no, you shouldn't. That's because I might change my mind. I wonder how much he is.
Probably about the same as the He-Man.
And the problem with these is they sell them for like 1 day only. You have like 1 day, so they put the pressure on you to buy it. You know.
Okay, so best-selling Trapjaw is the 200X.
Maybe I haven't seen that one. I've got the Revelations and then the old school one.
Yeah. And then Jesse was talking about the Mezcos on the waiting time. All right, and then I think I threw this up
yeah,
because I saw it. Cocaine Bear, come
I
on,
know, and it's
right?
being hyped up right now.
Yeah, hot property. This is apparently that movie's loosely, very loosely based on like a true story.
Yeah, it is, except for the ending. Yep.
Yeah, and
And
then
then, the people planted in it, the characters.
the crazy part about this pop is the foot. You can see
Yeah,
the bone in there. Just
I
cracks me
know.
up.
I
I'm
know.
not a
It's
big I'm
crazy.
not a big pop collector. I think I might have like 2 pops, and I got those ones that were like the blacklight versions of like Captain America and something like that because I thought they were kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I might be interested in something like this dude. He
Yeah.
kind of interesting to throw up on the shelf, right? Just to
Now when NECA makes one, that's gonna be the one
oh
to get
yeah,
because it's gonna come with loads of accessories and
right. Oh, that
but
could be
yeah,
really
if you're a
yeah.
pop fan, that's cool,
Yeah.
and if you're a fan of the movie, it's cool.
Yeah. All right, and then I threw this up
Oh,
there,
that's epic.
right? I
That
mean,
is. My son collects Godzilla stuff, and I used to hunt him down all the time and to buy him because back in what 1990, you had to go to comic book shops to get these kind of things, and people literally flew to Japan and brought them back
yeah.
with them, and that's how I used to get these for my son. But uh, man, that is an amazing piece.
Now check this out. It needs 2 stands to hold them up because of the wings,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And then the wingspan is 56 centimeters. Now here's the thing. Last week when you weren't here, we showed off that that 1/6 scale Batmobile,
Yeah.
and it was 100 centimeters long. So it came out to be 39 inches. What
Damn.
is what is what 100 centimeters in. So this is a
Yeah.
half of that. So um, you're looking at like
Hmm.
the wingspan is what's half of 40? So 20 inches is that wingspan.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Over
I have
20
my
inches.
measuring tape here. I wanted to. Oh, here it
You were
is.
going to pull it
What is it
out.
again? 35
56
centimeters? Oh,
centimeters
56.
across the wingspan. It's 35 centimeters tall.
Okay. Oh, shit. This doesn't do centimeters. It's all inches. Oh well. Yeah, can't help you.
Yeah, Monsterverse. I don't know what the name of this character is, so somebody in the chat's going to have
King
to.
Ghidorah.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, King Ghidorah.
All right. But I think it looks really cool. I mean, like if I, man, it's tough because I mean, for taking photography or doing action figure photography, this would be really cool, right? To like throw up there on a shelf with like
Yeah.
other figures and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's
because
awesome.
this to me is very iconic look. It's like the Medusa, the reason why I bought the
Yeah.
Medusa, because this is something when you were a child, just
Uh-huh.
your imagination is blown. Three-headed
Blown, yeah,
dragon.
blown away. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's super cool.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's the end of the slideshow presentation of the show, the hot or not. I think I think the chat along with us, I think we were kind of all on the same page with like the
Yeah.
figures that we were looking
Hmm.
at for this week. I think they did a really good job on Hasbro. I'll just say on that Guardians of the Galaxy wave. I just wish they weren't priced so high.
I know, absolutely.
Do you ever see this movie called Mr. Mom?
The old one with
Michael
Robin
Keaton.
Williams? Oh,
No,
Michael
Michael
Keaton.
Keaton.
Yeah, yeah.
He loses his job at the factory and he has to stay home, and his wife goes into advertising.
Hmm.
Her big client is this tuna fish company. It's Schooner Tuna.
Yeah.
And the commercial they make is the guy comes out and he says, here at Schooner Tuna, we're like thinking about the American people. And during these trying times, we know how it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to reduce the price of our tuna fish by 25 cents a can because we want to help you. And that's Schooner Tuna with a heart. And I'm thinking, why couldn't like a toy company like Hasbro have that same methodology? What would the you know what I mean? Like I understand they got like costs they got to do, but people are making good salaries or whatever, and they got to answer their shareholders. So you think that some CEO could like spin that to a board of directors or something, and into like a goodwill type thing, right? We're going to build this goodwill, which is going to have a longer term payoff, because they got stuff sitting around. So I'm wondering if could they theoretically do something like that and pull back their pricing, right? Retroactively, or retro their pricing or something like that, to build goodwill, because they know that we're hitting some pretty trying times.
Yeah. I think it all comes down to CEOs and their paychecks, honestly, and their private jets. And
yeah, I just wonder, because Hasbro with a heart, because he goes schooner tuner with a heart, and I'm like just thinking to I just wonder, what would that do? I mean, like I'd like to know from people in China. I mean, like if Hasbro were to like say, hey, during this time we're gonna like kind of pull our prices back, but eventually they're gonna have to go up. We're gonna wait for the economy to start to turn or whatever, and then we'll push pricing back up. I mean, would that make you feel differently about like a company as big as them, and stuff like that? Because I don't know. I wonder if something like that would really work. I'm not in business, so I don't know. Yeah. Vern wants a toy company to have a heart. What next, Vern? The moon on a stick? Yeah, I would like to have a stick. Hasbro makes Mr. Mom figures and sells them for 20 cents cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hasbro is non-transparent. Yes, they have become very greedy. I like the idea. Yeah. I think that it could do something different for them, right? Like anyways.
Yeah.
All right. So we had Snake Eyes won the action figure character of the week. What do you know about Snake Eyes?
Just that he's an awesome action figure and he looks cool, and he was in a cartoon in the 80s. That's it, man.
Me too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think I said early on.
And I've seen the movie. That means anything.
Well, what was his origin story in that movie, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't even remember it. It's so forgettable. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. So I'm going to show a couple of mine. This is one of my original Snake Eyes figures. This is
that from the 80s?
Yeah. This is the one that's kind of like this version, right? Was based off of this guy a little bit.
Yeah.
So, you can see the similarities there.
Is that the one from the Comic-Con or whatever?
No, this is the regular release. The thing is with the helmet, I'm not sure I got the right head with the visor on there. I think this one came with an all black visor. I think this might be the visor that came with Zartan, with the exclusive Zartan. But
is there one with those?
Yeah, so that one Zartan where he's in that special box and he has all the extra faces and stuff like that?
Yeah.
There's a Storm Shadow and there's a Snake Eyes, and the Snake Eyes.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I think that's the Snake Eyes.
I wouldn't have bought this Timberwolf one then.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I wanted that. I wanted the silver visor really bad.
Yeah. So that one, but do you have that pack, the Zartan that changes colors?
Yep, I do.
Yeah, so if you open it and look, you see there's extra heads. Those heads are Storm Shadow Snake Eyes. I do have this one. This is another one. I think this guy might be from the early 90s.
Yeah.
And this one right here is definitely kind of 90s-ish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So why is he wearing like blue undies, or is that a belt?
You know what? I have no idea. By that time, I was just like saying, oh, that's cool. I'll just grab them.
Yeah. Now, Super 7, you ever picked up any G.I. Joe Super 7, the big ones?
I have not, but I want to get a bat. One of the bats, the 7-inch ones, just because I think it would be really cool to have him paired up against the regular size Joes, because it's much bigger.
Yeah. I like seeing Mezco Snake Eyes too. That would look cool, I bet.
Let's see.
Because the cloth on a Mezco Snake Eyes would be pretty good.
Yeah, I think that would look really cool, right?
I think they have one, man, or some company.
Would they make it look? Do you think it would be like more leather like?
Yeah, because I think they do that too.
The comics was a Vietnam story. Let's see. Snake Eyes is a pair of ones, isn't it? Huh. Yeah. That's what I did with mine. Oh, swap the head. Yeah. Snake Eyes was dubbed Spook originally. The actor who played Snake Eyes in the movies got presented with his own action figure. That's all I remember from the movie. I remember that. I remember when he opened his own figure, he was super happy about it. So this is the one that came with the original Timber. Is this similar to the one that comes with that?
I don't think so. No, not at all. So I don't have mine open, but you can see on the back.
Okay. That one is a variation of all the other Snake Eyes figures that they released. Yeah. So the first one that they released, this was the first reintroduction. The introduction into the classified line was this Snake Eyes.
I know. Instant regret, man.
Cool package. It was like
that cool weapon stand.
Really cool art on the thing. It's all raised, so when you can feel it, like you can see how it's like got that raised. This is like it's hard to capture like on film.
I wonder how much that is today. Probably about $250.
I don't know. I haven't looked.
I bet it's about $250.
Came with like this is the art that's on the outside of the box. It came with like a sheet in case you wanted to frame it. That's kind of cool. And then it came with this little stand that would hold all these weapons. And then it came with the figure, which is
so the weapons are in the box. They're not actually in the thing.
Okay, so it comes with like just like you would have got the regular Snake Eyes with his pistol, the silencer, the backpack, the sword, extra hands.
Oh, it's a special box too.
Yeah, and then you got the box, this extra piece here with this very decorative like weapons holder, and then it came with extra weapons like the size, a spear, stuff like that. So it came with extra.
That's amazing.
Came with extra stuff,
and it's number 00.
And it's number 00, which is actually really cool. It's all in like this like reflective like silver.
Yeah, that box is sweet.
And the cool thing about this guy was, as opposed to the this version, was they had like some color variations on them. So what you got now is like yours has like, I think, this color pattern on maybe the legs.
Yeah.
And then they this guy actually has like that little bit of a silver visor. So I think you might have got like a silver now. So that's what they did that was different. So the 00 was a little bit off. I remember when this came out, everybody was complaining about it because he wasn't full black and stuff like that. And then when this and then when this guy came out, people were complaining that it didn't really look.
That's what my issue was. Because that back then I complained about the price. That's the only reason I didn't get it. I don't remember how much it was. Like what, $50 probably. I was like, oh, that's a ripoff.
But it turns out not to be because of all the extras. And I almost didn't. But because it was, I think I lost.
They would have charged us $80 for that today.
All right, I took this out, and then his machine gun dropped somewhere on the carpet, so I'm gonna have to find it. But it's fine. I'll find it because I had taken this out to do the review and stuff like that, and then when I got this guy, I just put him back in there, and then I don't know. I think he looks really cool. He's got the karate chop hand. Now the difference was, when this guy came out, I had taken his stuff off and given it to another figure. That's what happens in my toy room. I end up like swapping a bunch of stuff. But his little knife sheath, it was closed off inside, so you couldn't put the knife all the way down into the sheath. It was a manufacturing flaw on the version. I don't know if they ever fixed it later on, but in the first wave of this one, you couldn't get the knife into the sheath. But it wasn't a problem with this version, which was
the thing I hate about mine is the hands are so stiff. I can't stand that. It's really hard to put the weapons in the hands.
Oh, right. So I end up grabbing like the fingers and bending them a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I do with Star Wars. But they're hard to bend even to do that. They're just so damn tough on these figures.
Yeah, I tried to do it.
Not like it. Yeah, I mean, you can't even bend them like that, Vern.
Yeah,
it's one thing I don't like about the GI Joe.
Yeah, they get kind of tough. But anyways, those are the Joes that I have. I do have another one of these, but I have it in a special case with my Destro and my Baroness figure and my original Duke, and then one other one that I put in another display, so it's like on the top of the shelf or whatever. And then I don't have that one that you have though.
Yeah, you're waiting for clearance. Happy birthday, G-Force.
Oh yeah, G-Force is here. Happy birthday. It was on Thursday.
Yeah, he just turned 20 or something like that.
He was going to send me the 00 Snake Eyes. You know what? I am going to send it to you as soon as somebody sends me their package from the UK that they told me 3 years ago they were going to send.
Yeah. I was supposed to get one too. Never got.
I know. Yeah. That'll never hit the mail. Let's see. Okay, so Jesse says his knife wouldn't fit in either. So yeah, it was like a manufacturing flaw. I reached out to him, and I remember at the time they were like, well, you can send it back. And I'm like, well, how does that help?
What if my knife ever fit in, or where I put it?
The Spirit figure from GIJOE.
Mine fit in all the way. That's really weird.
Oh, but is that the first release?
That might be a second release or something. I don't know.
So yeah, it was that first wave of them had issues. I remember if you go back and watch like people's reviews, I think almost a lot of people were having that trouble.
Yeah.
Steve was talking about Spirit, and I
need to open mine. I don't know.
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite figures. Mm-hmm. He says it doesn't get enough, but like totally think that's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, so much junk I bought. You know, I bought 2 of these stupid ninja things, man. I still ain't opened them. I just waste my money on crap. I got 2 of these.
You know what? Those extra heads, those masked heads in there.
That's why I wanted it.
Yeah, those look cool.
Yeah, they do.
All right, so here is the Snake Eyes. I'm going to do this little head swap right now. I know people have probably seen it before, but I have the body for this figure being used elsewhere, so I thought...
Oh, that's cool.
So hilarious.
And I've got him in the box still.
Yeah.
I'm not buying any more crap, you know?
Yeah, I'm using the...
it's in a pile.
The body for this Spider-Man Noir I'm using for Flint to make like Secret Agent Flint.
That looks really cool.
I wish I could find a jacket that wasn't like puffing up here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking like the blade, but it's kind of... I don't want to spend a bunch to try to find them, but I think this one looks kind of cool.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. And then I thought, I wonder if this hat could come off and just go on the regular Snake Eyes head would look kind of cool too. But
that would.
I don't want to pull it off because I know that other hats I've pulled off, they kind of got like a little mold underneath, you know, and then the head's a weird shape and stuff like that. Let's see. Jesse saying his favorite is Barbecue. Let's see. Classified peaked with Spirit and Storm Shadow Wave. It's all downhill from here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Small ones here. Don't know what these are. I like this guy. I would say these were the best ones when they started coming out with these.
Oh, the Cobra Island, like the beachhead?
Yeah, that guy. I mean, that looks so cool. The box art, everything about it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I like the GI Joe figures. I mean, like, I'm really I do have some problems with my Recondo. I think his neck isn't like very sturdy because if you try to tilt his head back, the neck pops out. I think that was the design there is a little bit flawed, at least on mine.
Like this guy looks cool as hell.
Yeah, Firefly.
I just bought the cool ones, you know, which almost all of them.
Well, you're going to need a whole Joe shelf pretty soon.
I do. I already do got a shelf of just boxed ones, sealed. 2 shelves full of sealed Joes.
Well, you got to open them up and create a battle scene.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I bought the ninjas, because those ninjas would look cool fighting Spider-Man even. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
So.
All right. So those are the Snake Eyes Joes. And that's it. That's the only one you have is that movie one and the one with the temper. Did you buy that too? Just
Yeah.
because you knew that you were doing this today?
No, I bought this on Amazon. I pre-ordered it, so I paid full price for it, and I thought it was going to sell out.
Yeah.
Or no, I think I got it on like Entertainment Earth. Yeah, that's where I got it.
Okay.
So I don't think you can get that on Amazon.
That one, I think you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost tried. Well, I tried to find. I have a Super 7 Snake Eyes that has that the card back, like the comic book cover, but for some reason, like a lot of things, it's like disappeared into the woodwork in here, and could not find it for this.
That's right, Jesse.
Yeah. What do you say?
An unopened toy is an unloved toy.
It is. It's true. They escape at night too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had a big old timber last night. I mean, 3 in the morning, you hear this, boom, 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 boom. You're like, damn.
Oh, they all fell?
Somebody, yeah, on my villains shelf.
Yeah. Oh. I have like a vent right up here, and sometimes when the heater kicks in, these guys will take a tumble.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's them getting blown over or because when they warm up,
that's possible too.
Yeah. But anyways. All right, what else? What do you got coming up this week?
I'm going to film Medusa at some point, hopefully today. And then I'm going to get around. Lately, I've been just procrastinating. I've been doing like one video a week, Vern.
Yeah.
And that's it. Because honestly, I don't want to say I'm burned out of making videos. But I might be getting burned out. I think I'm frustrated is what it is.
What is it that is frustrating?
I don't think it's worth the payback that you put in, because a lot of people think these reviews are like easy to do, but they're stressful. They take time editing, they take time putting it together. A lot of time and effort goes into it, and sometimes, I don't want to sound, I know a lot of people wish they could get 250 views, but when I get 300 views on like that Black Mayfix Spidey video, it's like really, but it's my own fault for having it here for 5 months and not getting around to reviewing it.
But it's just it's disappointing because I mean that figure did cost you a little bit more, and your payback on it was just the opening it and being able to do the review. I totally enjoy
it. Yeah, and I love the figure. I do. It's one of my favorite figures. But to take the time and film and edit it, because I had like 25 minutes worth of footage, and I compressed it down to like 10 minutes, and for nobody to watch it, it's almost not worth it. And then I get paid, out of that 300 views, I'm going to get $1, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. I understand what you're saying. I mean, people think that like, you have a YouTube channel, you have so many subscribers or whatever, you must be like rolling in dough or something like that. Yeah. That's not the case at all, right? Like this, doing a YouTube channel like this, it's, I mean, with the memberships and stuff, and I appreciate everybody who's joined and become a member, and then people who have left super chats and stuff like that is super generous, that type of stuff. But overall, I mean, like, it's self-funded, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm in so much debt, and things aren't getting open, and I wanted to review them, and it's just to the point where it's like, I might just,
I don't know. I mean, I'm just grateful, to be able to do it. You know what I mean? And absolutely. I know that, like, so one of the things that I find is that, like, sometimes I don't have time to do like a full review or a video or something like that. I've been trying to do like short videos and try to get something regularly. I think I've been trying to put something every single day, right?
Yeah.
And
that's not easy to do. I mean, that is so hard to do.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do a cross between like some information, like, I don't know, whenever I see these reveals coming out, I'm trying to, just make it short so people know that there's new figures coming or something, or something I see as funny. I don't know if you saw my Walking Dead one the other day. Yeah. I did a short. I was just watching The Walking Dead, and I was like, how did they tie that rope? Because Aaron escapes from the basement, but I don't know how the other end got tied. They never showed it. Yeah. And I'm like, the basement was full of zombies, so it must have been a zombie that tied the knot.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it is a lot of fun, and I do love coming on here, like especially on the weekend and stuff like that, and just talking about stuff that happened during the week. So it's a lot of fun. I hope like other people are enjoying it.
See, lives are just so much easier. I know you do prepare a lot for this show.
I do.
So I do appreciate the background work, but I mean, like, just getting it on and sitting here and talking is so much easier than, filming and editing a video.
Oh yeah, because like, you don't have to prepare as much. I mean, like I do that slideshow that takes, some time just because I got to go. I collect like the pictures and stuff of releases. That's why I don't always have everything because I don't always see everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like I'm trying to collect those images through the week so that I can put them all together and stuff like that. But and then I wanted to run that poll. So that's the other half is like trying to manage, put that up as quickly as possible so we could figure out what we're going to do next week, talk about or highlight, and then it. So just so everybody who's still here, I do take the audio of this show. It'll probably be tomorrow, and I'll upload it as a podcast. So that's available if you wanted to like listen back in the car and realize that we really don't hear each other when we're talking, because I have noticed this, and I want to apologize too. Like I'm listening back to the show. You'll have said something, I didn't hear it. And then 2 minutes later, we're talking about exactly the same thing that you said.
Love it.
Like, well, why didn't I hear it? What was I doing?
Yeah. No, it works for me. You know me. I like to go with the flow, Yeah, and Vern rants. Yep. I definitely tune into them.
I tried to do a couple of them recently. You know what the thing is? When January came around, I kind of was like, I think I'm going to cool it on the complaining about stuff a little bit and just see what happens. But I think slowly as we go, we're going to be like maybe seeing some more of those coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, YouTube is fun. You know what I mean? That's why I've done it. But once you get to 400 videos, it starts getting, where it feels like, you almost have to do it. And I don't want to feel that way. You know what I mean? It should be like when I first started, which was the love,
right?
Trying to hit these marks and do these goals. And it was just a lot of fun.
So you've only uploaded 400 videos?
Yeah, which is a shit ton of videos, really. And that's a lot of time and effort. Probably more than that. A lot more than that, I bet.
Yeah, probably. I don't know how many I have. I'd have to look.
Because then I got my other channel, but those are really just shorts. Oh, 425 videos on my regular channel.
How did you see that really quick?
It just says right there, see? It's
wait a minute.
On the top, 425.
Okay, let me look at mine.
Just go home, and right there on the top says SeanSolo8. Everything here is about action figures, mostly recording my thoughts when my first time experiencing new figures.
So I am 14 videos away from 1,000 videos.
Damn.
986 videos.
Yeah.
So I guess for my 1,000th, I don't know how to, whatever.
Yeah, 1,000th.
I'm going to have to do something different.
Yeah, what's cool is my 300th video was a red suit Spider-Man, so it was kind of like perfect, like the 300 issue of Amazing Spider-Man. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So have you filmed anything, and are you getting ready to put anything out?
I filmed the start of this Medusa video.
Okay, so you think you'll finish that this week?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna do.
But everything else is old, and it's gonna end up like that symbiote Spotty I was just telling you about. In 2 weeks, it'll only have 300 views, and it's like, it's why bother doing it?
JT has one video still in the works.
Yeah.
I
hate the sound of my own voice too. Wheels of Chaotic Doom, and that's part of the problem with once you get so many videos out, you start criticizing yourself so much, and that's where the stress comes in, because you're like, I know I can do better, and then you play back, you're like, I know I can do better than that, and then you do another cut, and it's like, I know I can do better than that. Like my Voltron video, I have 20 minutes of footage of that, and I just feel like it can be better, and that's why I've never fully committed, and it gets hard basically. And it's all mental.
Yeah, I agree with that. It is. I mean, like the way you hear yourself. I don't know how other people hear me, but like when I listen back, I'm trying to keep my videos under like right around 5 minutes because I think anything longer, the way I speak would just put people to sleep.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm gonna do this Action Force. This is the Steel Brigade, the Wave 3 version. So I'm probably gonna do that one and then get that out this week. But of course, as always, I'll probably crank out like a boatload of short videos. So if you have your notifications turned on, I'm sorry about that. But I do like to put my short videos just because I do try to take pictures with my figures regularly, right? Like I set up scenes and I think about them. And when I'm taking pictures,
well, that's part of the stress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you got to do that too.
Is I want to do like I take a short video of each of the transitions of the scenes because I'm thinking about like how it would look like if it was like a fight scene or something like that. I want it, and then I usually turn those into shorts. Is what I do. Yeah. And I'm just testing different stuff because I had told everybody before I intended to put out this like stop motion kind of movie like a few months ago, but a lot of it didn't turn out as well as I wanted it to. So I'm going to redo some of the scenes. And eventually I got to get people to do voices. So I know there's people in the community that want to be a voice. And I'm hoping to set up maybe some sort of like something like this where everybody's kind of multiple people can be in the same thing and we'll read the lines and stuff like that. And then I'll just take the audio and throw it in.
Oh yeah. Hey, that'll work. Yeah.
But I think it's a lot of fun. I do think doing it. I think if you feel like like you said, feel like you're getting burnt out because of the payback on it or whatever. I think that, there's nothing wrong with taking a break or just changing up like what you're doing a little bit, just to give yourself that little mental break. But I mean,
3 years. I think one video a week is okay right now. So
and you did start this for a reason, right? You started it because one, you love action figures, and two, you want to share.
I wanted to open them finally, and I was like, well, if I'm going to open them, I might as well make videos. And I figured it would keep track of my inventory too, and that's why I feel like I got to review everything because I want to be able to. I originally thought I want to go back and notice what weapons go with what goes. Just have a library of everything that I have, but it didn't turn out that way in the end. It ended up people started watching my videos. I got subscribers and started getting money out of it, and that's when it, started, I guess, getting overwhelming. And now I feel like that I have to do these things, and I appreciate it, Steve-O. I basically shouldn't be too hard. Maybe I should go back to the basics where it was I took a figure, opened a box, showed it off, and then that was the video. Maybe I should go back to that and see what happens.
Could be. Right? Maybe you could.
Because a lot of these big reviewers are doing that. These guys that got 100,000 subscribers, they aren't doing poses and pictures at the end and stop motion like you're doing. They're not doing any of that. They're literally just it's weird. Maybe their voices sound better, Vern.
Yeah, probably. Right. Well, the problem is they're so big now, and then I think some of them like started so early that they just have a following that will, no matter what, always go check out their stuff, right? So they're gonna that, and then everybody just says, oh, just because they've been around or whatever, they must know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And I think
that's another thing that bugs me. Like sometimes in my comments, people will say, "You're not a real Star Wars fan." It's like, dude, I bet I'm more of a Star Wars fan than you. You know what I mean? I mean, every night I watch the Clone Wars when I go to bed. I breathe Star Wars. I think Star Wars. I've been watching it since since I was a kid. Just because I don't know a gun, you know what I mean? I'm not a fan. Freaking moron! Get out of here.
I think it's funny because recently on social, I made a comment about like a carded Star Wars figure. And somebody jumped all over me, and then a couple of other people jumped in and tried to like get me for it, and for my comment, telling me like I didn't know what I was talking about because the original had the same mistake, whatever. Well, I knew that. That's not the point, right? Like the point is I'm making kind of like a backhanded joke about this inaccuracy that's still inaccurate that they still didn't fix after 40 years or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, then I go back and this original person who jumped on me made the same type of a comment about another figure.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, what a
yeah. So that I think that's the problem, man. So many people think that they deserve something. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
then they take it out on other people, and it's just nobody deserves anything.
Nobody
Man,
deserves it. I
really.
mean, like, you have your opinion, I have my opinion.
Mhm.
Everybody has their opinion. That's what this is really about, right? Like, we all
Yeah.
have varying viewpoints on stuff, and the way we do it. I mean, like, when I do my rants, yes, you know, there's some truth to what I'm saying. Like, hey, you know, I
Mhm.
really don't agree that this $350 price point on a HasLab is ridiculous for a stupid car.
Yeah.
But in the same sentence, I'm saying, yeah, it looks really cool. And you know what? Hate to miss that. And there's people, you know, who really love that. But the thing is like, I'm not telling anybody, hey, you're wrong for liking that.
Yeah.
Or you're
Absolutely.
wrong for willing to pay $350 for a car that I don't think is worth $350. You know what I mean? Like, you're
Yeah.
not wrong, because when you think about it, it's not about the price, right? It's value. So what's the
Absolutely.
value to you? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That's why the Rancor had value for me, and
Right.
I was heartbroken when it didn't fund. You know.
Yeah, everybody has their own it's price and there's value, right? And
Or the
Hasbro,
stupid, you know, what is it, $300 or $400 I bought for this Medusa, and
right.
it doesn't move, but I 1,000% see the value in that.
So that is valuable to you, and it's worth everything you paid for it, because
Absolutely, every
that's
penny.
what you
I
value
can't
it,
wait.
right?
Yeah.
And for
Mhm.
me, there's no way I would bring myself to like spending that much for that, because I'm like, I can look at Sean's review.
Yeah, but I know you're as much as a fan of as me,
Yes.
probably.
That Clash of the
Uh,
Titans, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and I just needed some sort of represent. I don't have the. You've got Perseus in your house. Maybe if I had Perseus and well, I have Perseus, but I don't have the horse Pegasus. You know, you've got all the cool stuff.
Yeah. Well,
So,
I got lucky. Got lucky. Yeah. Jesse saying
mhm.
some people just live for the drama. They get their
Yeah,
kicks from it. It's true. It's true.
absolutely.
JT saying you should have left a winky emoji to let people
Mhm.
know that you were joking. You know, maybe I will make a winky emoji.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, man, I collect a variety of lines with various franchises, and I show my stuff on this YouTube thingamajig. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly right.
yeah,
Hey, you
and you
should-
gotta build a library too, because
yes.
people will find you through search. That's ultimately how it happens. So you gotta build a library, then once people start binge watching you, your channel will blow up. There's no way around it. So,
Let's see, Lobot. Those dudes only bring up your comment if you super chat. Yes, Vern
yeah.
only shows it for 0.05 seconds, but at least
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I've been doing pretty good about like trying to leave comments up there earlier. I noticed that I had like gone through a whole bunch of comments really quickly, and then
Yeah.
I tried to go back. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to this 0.05 seconds though, if you guys keep talking about. I got Power Rangers Lightning Collection Ryu and Ken. See, that's kind of a cool set, right? Because it's a
Mhm.
Street Fighter back from the day, and then people are saying hello. Yeah, but you know,
Yeah.
it is. I mean, it is about value, and I think that is that what Hasbro is really doing, is testing the value of their product by.
Absolutely, and they haven't been giving us value lately,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I agree. So
But then again, you know, look at that spiral. That is value, you know what I mean?
yeah, did you get it
Uh,
yet?
Mine finally got shipped from Amazon. It'll be here Tuesday.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and I love it so much. And it's like, I want to do a review on it. It's like, why should I do a review on that? It's going to get what, 150 views maybe
Oh,
if I
you still
do.
have to do it. You still have to do it,
So,
and
I
you know,
know.
you'll definitely want to do a
But it's
short
so
with.
stressful though because of that. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I want to do this and do that and do this. And it's going to take me, you know, a couple hours of my time. Or should I just rip it open and enjoy it? And to be like, screw, you know, oh, well, it sucks, bro.
You'll figure it out. Just don't let it get to you.
And
It's
Alf. I would love
all
to make a video of this guy, but I mean,
oh,
you know,
I don't know why
who's
you
gonna
haven't.
watch this?
Well, you got to do
Oh, I
something different.
love it. Alf, man, was you didn't watch Alf when you were a kid?
Yeah, throw him in there with Luke or some stormtroopers or something.
Yeah.
'Cause
You
he's
know
an
what
alien.
killed Alf, I think, is that cartoon. I didn't like the cartoon, but I think the cartoon killed Alf.
Because
Remember the
wasn't
Saturday morning cartoon?
yeah, was Alpha an alien?
You didn't know? Come on, dude. Get out of here. You lie.
Well, I mean, then it would be perfect, right? Like you can have Alf escapes from the Empire to Earth.
You could. That would be cool.
You can do a whole stop motion movie of how he ends up as Earth.
Yeah. And I mean, then I also think about things like how, I would love to be a YouTuber. All of us would. And you got these people doing politics, making thousands, and all they do is sit there and read an article, online. And that's it. It's like, dude, it's insanity. I mean, and then all these poor YouTubers, there are YouTubers out there with 500,000 subs that aren't getting paid well. They still got to get another job. It's like, it's so sad, dude.
Yeah.
So
Look,
sad.
Joseph's saying, why not open the figure and review it later? And you know what? Theoretically, you could, because you never show yourself opening it, right? And with these new closed box where there's no window, you can totally take it out, shoot the whole review, and then just talk about the box.
Yeah,
right?
I may just start doing that. Absolutely right. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, so he was an alien then.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man, I remember. I just lived in England, and they used to ship us the videotapes, and we would watch the videotapes, and there'd be like 12 episodes per videotape. And
that's pretty cool.
I loved it.
So, like,
Germany.
Didn't you get an ET also?
Yeah, I got ET.
Then you can throw Alf and ET in the same video and do a versus. Like, do a versus one. That could be pretty good.
Which one's better? Both 80s things, so it hit the same market there.
Right. All right. You got anything else?
Nah, bro. Nothing. Except for movies. Did you go see... I know we were going to talk about Ant-Man.
Oh, okay. We can do
He wasn't in there. I remember I said I seen that clip with Ant-Man and
Ultron. Yeah, with the Ultron.
He wasn't in the movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that was all about.
Okay, so let's do this then. So we will talk about it. Hold on, I gotta find this. I think I might have deleted it.
But I had a good time at the movie theater, and that's what it comes down to. It was a fun movie. I thought it was better than Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay, so
it wasn't as good as the original.
All right, so spoilers, everybody. If you haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium, we're going to talk about Quantumanium, and there might be some spoilers that spill out in what we're saying. So if you haven't seen it, now's the time to like press pause and do something. So you didn't think it was as good? Well, what happened?
He was just asking me how my dogs were. They're doing fantastic. I appreciate
it. All right, let's see. Okay, Steve-O's got to go. Picked up Superman.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, okay. Always wanted Alf doll. Okay, all right. So you said you liked it, but it wasn't as good as the other ones.
Yeah. No, it was better than Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay. My problem with it was the end. I don't think that a solo superhero movie like Ant-Man needed to have an epic super army versus super army end scene like Endgame or whatever Avengers. They didn't need to have two massive armies pitted against each other in the end of a solo superhero film.
Yeah. But I think you're kind of wrong on that, because it was more of like the people that lived on the planet. It wasn't like Endgame where superheroes. It was just
it was Kang, right? And he had his entire army fighting against an army of people who wanted to be free, but it was like in the vein of having like thousands of soldiers versus thousands of soldiers, where you had to have these two massive armies coming together. And it just reminded me so much of how, you had these two armies pitted against each other, where you had like all of this spectacle. And I think that if they would have confined it down to maybe Kang, MODOK, and like a few of his like more powerful soldiers, and then basically Ant-Man, Wasp, Cassie Lang, and like the parents, and maybe a couple of the locals or whatever, and had a much smaller, more confined battle scene, I think it would have been way more powerful.
I thought it was perfect, man. I really did. Especially the way, he was shooting those laser beams out of his hands and just mowing people down. I'm so ready for what comes next. I thought it was pretty cool.
I just wish that they didn't have that huge. I liked when they were fighting
and I think all the people would, from the villages would stand up to fight, because it was almost like, a real like civil war kind of thing.
I get
people
it.
came out of their homes because they
Yes,
knew you needed every last person, because supposedly Kang has been ruling this area for,
for 30 years.
what? Yeah.
Yeah.
So they needed everybody to take them down, and they still failed, didn't they? I don't remember, but they failed, I think, ultimately. Oh no, they didn't. They won, and they ended up going back to. And then you find out at the post credits.
So to me, I was just like, there was that small part where like Ant-Man, the Wasp, and the daughter Cassie were fighting against Kang, right? And then like the Wasp would zap him, and then Scott's got him. And I thought that was going to turn out to be like a really cool fight scene where all of them were going to have to like work together to defeat him. And it turned out to not be the case, right? Like,
yeah, that was lame. Yeah.
Early. That's what I was kind of hoping, was like, it was, you have these different characters and they were all going to have to work together to take him down, like to prove like he was more powerful than any one of them, but all of them together using their abilities or whatever could defeat him. And then it turned out the way they did it with like the army of ants and just mowing him over was just kind of, well, okay, you should have just led with that.
Yeah.
And
I still don't think they really mowed him over, because imagine if Thanos had those powers. I think they made Kang look more powerful than Thanos in my eyes, because if Thanos didn't have the glove and the stones, there's no way he could take, everybody out. Yeah, he beat up the Hulk because he was good at martial arts, right? He was like, but Kang is on another level, bro. He was straight, like I was saying, mowing people down with these laser beams and stuff.
So did they make Kang seem like he needed that outfit to be so powerful?
No, because of how, like, when Michelle Pfeiffer, I don't know what the name of her character is, but when they became friends and he built rapport, he is just so evil. And then she saw, what he was capable of. And then the true Kang came out. I mean, that's how evil that man is they showed him to be this, person that everybody loves. I just loved the whole fleshed out thing. And I can't wait for more Kang. I think he's a great villain.
The way I felt about it was I felt like he didn't have any real power until she reactivated the little sled or whatever, and he was able to get a suit. Then all of a sudden he was able to release his powers, because without it, it seemed like
I think he's got powers without it, because his eyes were like glowing and stuff. How would his eyes glow?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch it again, but I felt like she even mentioned that once he got his suit, he was unstoppable.
Yeah. Well, I think the only reason he was trying to get what she knew he wanted was so he can get out of that realm.
Yeah.
That's was what he wanted out of that, because I think he still had the powers, but he was just holding it back.
Okay, so you don't think that he was weaker without his suit, and then once the suit was released from the machine, then all of a sudden, no, okay.
That's probably where, why I think it was epic versus you, because I think, because then at the end you see like all those kings, because they all have this superpower. He's just next level, man. I don't think we've seen anything yet, and I think that's what probably Kevin Feige, or Feige, whatever you want to call him, is planning.
All right.
But yeah, no, I see where you're coming from. If he does need his suit, then yeah, that's pretty lame.
Yeah, that's what I got at it, and I was like, I hope that's not the case. But
no, because look at Loki, the end of Loki, where he's sitting in the office and he's telling them, I can control everything and change, because there's loads of Kangs out there.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not the suit that he needs.
Time will tell, I guess. But yeah, overall, I thought it was enjoyable. It was a good 2 hours. Didn't feel like 2 hours. So I thought that was a plus. And I had to tell you, MODOK just stole the show for me.
I thought it was cool too, man, because they gave the fans what they wanted with the metal face. It looked just like the cartoon. And then when they lifted it off, they made a joke out of it. And I can see where people don't like it, but I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So thought it was good. So you are a thumbs up and I'm a thumbs to the side.
Yeah, I would say probably a C too. You know what I mean? Well, it always says a C-list character. Yeah, it was pretty good, but the movie wasn't A+ epic. You know what I mean?
Right.
A good movie to me, I'll go see it again. The next day, like when The Force Awakens came out. I think I've seen it 13 times. You know what I mean? I
Well,
don't know how many times I've seen it.
you got the Rise of Skywalker ending in Ant-Man Quantumanium.
Kinda, yeah, huh?
Because when that entire armada of civilians shows up at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was almost exactly the same tone. I got to watch it back, but I wonder if they played the same music at that time too.
I know that was lame, but what are you gonna do? They were rushed, unfortunately.
Yeah, and the other thing I didn't like about it was the suits. I didn't like the suits being confined into something. They just tapped on their chest and then popped a button, and then they had their suits on.
Yeah.
I get
jump and do it.
Yeah, I think if that was like the idea, like they had the thing and then they hit the button and then they jumped into the suit, would be like different. But then he would kept popping his helmet back, and I couldn't tell, was the helmet supposed to be shrinking back or was it like actually just disappearing? Because at the end when it got smashed, right, it was like metal that got smashed, but it was disappearing, so it wasn't nanotechnology.
Well, that's what sucks, man, because they're losing the basics of these superhero movies. Which is, they should have a costume. It's just a regular dude. And it should be kind of realistic, except he has special powers. He got bit by a spider and he can climb walls. And now Marvel is getting to where
the suit is the power. So the problem to me with the Ant-Man was like, there's no peril, right? Like in an older film, it would be like, oh, Ant-Man has to take 2 minutes to go put on a suit so he can save the day. So there's like 2 minutes of peril. But now he can be falling off a building and just put on a suit and save. So it's like there's no peril anymore. You know what I mean? So
yeah. No, I haven't seen the other ones, Vern. Maybe you can answer this for me. But could anybody be Ant-Man? Why was he so special? Did he have like special DNA with the suit or something?
No.
Only he can wear it, or could anybody wear the suit and be Ant-Man?
Yeah, if you watch the first one, it's basically those PIM particles, and then you hit the button on the suit to activate it, and then he had to spend time training to be able to do all the moves. So remember in the movie where he was telling Cassie, he goes, "Oh, jump and turn." So he's trying to teach her how to use the momentum.
Okay.
So anybody could like put on Ant-Man suit and do it.
Okay, then.
Not new technology. Yeah. Okay, phasing. I guess I could be. Ant-Man takes his suit off when he's tiny. Does he stay tiny or no, he stays tiny unless he gets slapped with a PIM particle. So I guess if you're tiny, right, then somebody else can just throw a PIM particle at you and it will like resize you without the suit. Because they do that all the time with like cars and stationary stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Like remember at the end of the Hawkeye TV show, they made that one little car really small and the two guys were in it.
Yeah.
He shot the PIM particle arrow or whatever and it shrunk the thing down and the owl came and took it away.
I don't remember that part, but that's funny.
Anyways. All right. Do you have anything?
The part where as Thomas the Tank Engine was running him over, he's trying to get away from him, from the first Ant-Man. I wish they would go back to the basics on these things.
That's why I'm saying like if it was a much more confined battle with like Kang versus the main characters and they were like confined to some sort of like a smaller area and you didn't have to have these two massive armies fighting each other and then they would have had to team up. They could have did a whole lot more with that concept, right? They could have shrunk Kang down with like a PIM particle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they could literally like go inside. I wonder if it would kill him, like if they flew in his ear and then expanded in his head and it just.
Oh,
I wonder how that would do.
Well, all you got to do is watch The Boys, and then.
I haven't seen it yet.
There's a scene where the dude shrinks really small and he enlarges himself inside of somebody.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it's in the first episode of the latest season. So if you're interested. You can go check. It's
My buddy keeps telling me to watch it. He's like, "Don't watch it around your kids, but check it out."
Exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say. All right. Anyways, I think. Do you have anything else to talk about?
Nah, I think we
All right.
got it all.
Yeah, I think we're hitting 2 hours. I think that's
Megan's
pretty.
on Peacock. Watch Megan. That was
That is
cool. I watched it again last night.
All right, I'm going to check it out. But I wanted to say thanks to everybody in the chat who showed up and took
appreciate it, guys.
in the show. We really appreciate it, and hope you guys will come back. Leave some comments in the comments if you want to see us change anything with the format or anything like that. We'd be happy to take suggestions and maybe try something different. But we really enjoy coming out here and just engaging with everybody and talking about action figures and toys and movies and whatever. And we really appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out with us.
Yeah, it went by fast today, man.
And then don't forget, there's a link pinned to the top of the chat. If you're interested, Dave's Dimension is doing a fundraiser for Duffman Dioramas. And it's a guy in the community who they're trying to raise some money for. So you can always jump over and check out into that stream. I think they were going to go another couple hours or so, but that's happening too. All right. You good?
I'm good.
All right. We'll see you next
week.
See you next week.
He's an action figure poser, which means posing action figures is his specialty. SeanSolo8 and it's Vern from OakhurstStudios, who is a master at complaining about pretty much everything.